Now this part is going to be a little tricky. I have an Enterprise, I'm going to make it into the Defiant, and I want it to be that Defiant, the glow-in-the-dark one, but I'm not quite sure how to use the glow-in-the-dark paint. I'll explain. Hi guys, Ralph here. So the Defiant here, it's brand new, it's in box, it's sealed, well, it was sealed, let's just say, and I'll put the sticker inside there. But those are what's going to go on to replace all this. So I need to strip off this with acetone, the sides, the bits, and then apply. But whether or not I need to put a layer of glow-in-the-dark paint on first, and then put the stickers on top, I don't know. It's either going to be stickers first and this on top, which will either give a... I'm hoping it gives a clear, appears off-white in normal light. Okay, so this might not actually work. It could completely ruin this. It could be it looks that colour on everything. Or it could be I'm going to paint this first with that and then put the stickers on the top. Not quite sure. So we're going to look into that in a moment. If you remember from the last video, well, the Constitution class ones, there were at least two that were really bad. The decals didn't really go that well, but there were little problems. I'm just going to show you now that here are two of the ships, and I have not, repeat, not bought new decals. The only problem is well, these here, these are all now lacquered and done. Top corner of the 5 looks a little bit iffy, but this with the Merrimack, this was shocking. Everything was hanging off. All the sides are fine, the underneath, both of them fell off. It was just terrible. What I've come to the conclusion of with these, and I'm not sure if I'm new to this or not, is with the water, because you use warm water in for soaking the decals, is put a bit of PVA in. You can put a little as much. It dries clear, this stuff. But inside the water, it just makes the water have a bit of glue in it. So, and the thing with that is, put those to either side over here. Here's the last batch of these. We have, obviously, the Constitution, and I've fixed the side bit, so now it's got the right NCC on the side, but that needs lacquer. Okay? Oh, some of these stands are shocking. We have the Congo. We have the Potemkin. This is all put in with water, with PVA. The Ralph, NCC 1972. The hood, the Constellation. I am not damaging up the Constellation to make it look like that. It's too complex to do. No chance. And the Exeter. We have already some stickers left over. I do have the Essex and the Hornet. I'm not sure if I want to get 2 more or not. If I do, I'll do that on my own time and add it to the collection. So we've got loads more to do. So what I need to do is put these to one side because these need lacquer tomorrow, because these have been done earlier today. They need to fully dry. I am not faffing with stuff that's a little bit damp underneath, because that will affect the lacquer that you put on top, a clear lacquer. I'm putting a clear matte lacquer, which just makes everything go from to that, which is perfectly fine. It dims down these nacelles, but I think it's perfectly fine. There's no need for it, but there is nothing wrong with Pegasus and the Merrimack now. So let me start getting stripped down, and I need to start testing stuff with the glow-in-dark paint. Right then, off we go. I've got a bag full of bits of parts of decals for this series anyway. There was stuff that Bob Matt 434 sent me to test on others that I can. Battle damage stuff, the stuff that's from the Wrath of Khan Enterprise. I could do that one. I don't know if I should. That was a lot bigger piece, and I've cut it down to fit into this bag, which is fine. And I've got some bits here, and I don't know if these are going to work or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test whether or not this works. I'm not sure I want it on here, because if it sprays everywhere, it might glow in the dark, the display, well, this area at least anyway. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to put these out on a piece of paper, bit of newspaper, and see whether or not this paint blocks out any of this, because these are the parts that should be on the side of the Enterprise. They're on the studio, the first pilot, second pilot versions, but I'm going to see if it blocks everything out, fine. If it just coats over like a lacquer, that should be perfect. and whether or not putting these on first before, because the options are strip this, paint over with lacquer. If this covered up all the details, we know it's a bad thing. Strip this, new decals on, and then paint over. If that covers over everything, I'm just going to do a Defiant, and that's that. But this is testing, so 2 mins while I spray this onto here. Now, I'm not affiliated with Currys. If yeah, I know, I would if I could. There's a couple of lacquers coats on here, which is kind of clear. It's quite thick as well, so I'm not sure how this is going to dry on the stuff. But I need to turn the TV off in front, because that's got a bit of light, and then off. Now, I think you can see, I've got the torch here. I'm just going to shine that on there while I'm trying to figure the button out to zoom in. These do glow, but I can see everything through it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to decal the Enterprise as the Defiant, and we're going to, excuse me, yeah. It doesn't look that good because this isn't a night camera, but it does give that little bit of a green glow to this, like the trapped between dimensions, yeah, Defiant looked. So I think we're going to do well. Yeah, I know I've got kind of, that's really thick on there. I don't know how long this is going to take to dry. Ah, hold on. Might have a... This might be a problem. Okay, fine. Is it gone? No. Fun with glow-in-the-dark paint. Actually, there's not much on there. It should wear out pretty quick anyway. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So I think, yeah, I think we haven't got a problem. I think we're just going to stick her up as we've done with the rest of them. So first of all, we need to get the... It's really thick stuff. I think I will do exactly the same as what I've done before. I'm going to acetone the letters. I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to put on the new stickers, and then I'm going to lacquer. Oh, that's a good point. I'm going to test that first. I think the theory so far is do what I've done with every single one, put the lacquer on, and then put this over the top. It might not work, so it might actually do a reaction with the lacquer. I could probably use this as a lacquer anyway, because it's probably going to work fine. So, all being well, we're going to start stripping. You'll see that naked in a moment. So she's getting naked. So, as before, acetone. Be very careful with this stuff. It will make your skin go white. It won't kill you unless you drink it. Please do not do that. That would be stupid. When they get a little bit dirty like that, just get another one. Cotton buds, cotton swabs, cotton whatever you want to call them. They are cheap and cheerful, and they're very environmentally friendly nowadays. That's why they're all made out of paper and cotton. For the plastic ones myself, never mind. Yeah, so bit on there. Don't leave it on for too long. If you do, you will take off the base layer, the one that's underneath everything. So just gently wipe, keep turning. If it's not coming off, turn it round, try a different one. If there's ever any markings on this that you're not happy with, just give it a quick dab, and that to me looks more than enough than what I need. So let's get the decals. Actually, what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to mix some water, because I have some here, and some PVA, because that to me did seem really good to do. Now I've got a kettle next to me because I've got a kettle, so simple as. I'm only doing one. I need to go over the top with this, and that's way too much glue in there anyway. So what I'll do is mix that in so it's a nice mix. And I want to clean where I've just put the acetone. It should have evaporated. I'm not quite sure if it has, but that to me is perfect. Perfect what I need. So I'm just going to clean the acetone off if there's anything on here, just to be certain. There shouldn't be anything on here. Turn around in case there's anything else on there. There we go. I mean, I don't want the acetone reacting to the paper there. There is some over here, so I need to get that out of the way and cleaned up. And that, when she's dried, is ready. So all the cotton buds, cotton swabs, Q-tips even. Brand name. I think I've got, yeah, we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to tidy that up. I'm going to start cutting these out actually while I'm here. And I'm going to use the two here, which is fine. So what I'm going to do, get as close as possible. Cut out without going over to the red lines. Don't have to go too close. It isn't that bad. But nice, steady, sharp scalpel, X-Acto knife, whatever you want to do. Those parts come off and get put in my bin. While I'm here, I'm going to cut these out. And I have far too many of the others. These ones go underneath. There we go. So I'll be left with a piece out of there. That goes to there. That one's cut out there a little bit. It's not needed that much, that one, but kind of it makes me happy anyway. So I've got that piece there to cut those two pieces out. The Defiant bit, I'll cut curve round the NCC 1764, the Defiant, put them on and across, but we'll get to that in one sec. So all I have on these is the two for the nacelles, the two for the underside of the saucer, and the name and the registry number for the top of the saucer. You can do the rest. If you want to do the side insignias for the engineering section, fine. If you want to do the other four on here, shuttle bay is so small. The bit on the front, which actually goes underside of this, and then these two black ones go underneath here. Do them, honest to God. If you want to do them, do them. I don't see much difference between the side ones. There probably is. There's probably doesn't look much different, but this is me and I'm quite happy doing this. So what I need to do now is get you out a little bit. My method on this lot is, well, you've got your water. If you want to use your water, fine. If you want to use PVA in it, 3 seconds, done. The N out. If you're doing a Mirror Universe one, if you're doing a first or second production, the N was on the inside. Shake off. See, they're always upside down for one way, because when ships used to pass, you'd see the registry number. I'm going to put these up here a second. You see the registry number the way that you're passing it, or when you've passed, you'd see if it was right, port starboard, POSH, port out, starboard home. So, yeah. So you wait a few seconds. They're out of the way up there. Just off camera. So let me have a look. See, I can get you in a little bit more, just to show you. Taking these off. I'm using a pair of tweezers. You can use a cotton bud. Whatever works. Nice and steady. With me having the water that's actually soaked with PVA, it does help. And the last batch I did this morning, yeah, it seems to. Nice and steady. No digging in, because these are quite sharp, these tweezers. No digging in. Try to take this side off. Nice and steady. Some of these decals you get from Bob Matt 343 they do wear a little if you're pushing too much. So I've done it before with the red markings on the side of the warp nacelles, and it does kind of wear a little. I'm going to keep this as level as I can to that dot over here and to the center. That one's too high. Just nice, gently move things around until you're happy. This is, if you're copying this, if you're doing this, this is your model. Don't listen to me. Do your own thing. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. So cotton swab, what I'm doing is I'm rolling the water from underneath out. If you get a cotton bud, cotton swab, that's fluffy. No one's been too tightly packed on. I find these a lot easier. So I'm just rolling up. If it moves, it will still be pliable enough to move for a little while. Worst case, put some more water on, it will then lift it off of the model. Now that to me looks great. So what I need to do now is put this on its side. get one of these, which is actually that one, cool, and put it on there. Easy. And with all the underneath section done, 2 pylons, yes, it's upside down, but it's perfectly fine. So I use the stand to help hold things in place anyway, so just be careful, turn it around. I don't want to knock off these because they're not fully secured in anyway. They will dry in place. Put it in the middle, done. Now I need to get the NCC 1764, soak it in water, and then 3 seconds later, get it out, put it on, just leave it on top. Just let it stay there for a bit, let it set, and do what it wants. And then with the Defiant, and do what it wants. Now most of these I'm eyeballing them all because that's how I'm doing this. I mean, they might not be perfectly straight. Anybody in the comments wants to say, oh, you're a little bit millimeter out on it. No, I don't care. I'm watching pictures of the studio models. I've seen pictures of others doing this. Well, doing the actual model kit, which is what the original idea for this was. I was going to do the model kit, but I wanted the 1/1000 scale. The problem with that is I'm doing this many of the ships. The Eaglemoss one, and with Bob Matt's decals, just made perfect sense. If you can't get them off like that, just do that. It's a little bit wet on there. Defiant. As simple as that. Now, this is where the eyeballing comes in. So, you watch, I'll stay there. Right, so I want that level. I think the D might be near the middle, but I need to put this a little bit higher up. I can't see that well, to be honest. I think that's not far off, but it's too wet. That definitely wants moving. So usually the dash bit in the middle is in the centre of the ships. But then this is kind of in the centre of everything else. That's actually pretty good. So a fluffy cotton will stick. That's not very good. This side, just going to roll it. Put a little bit of pressure, but nothing over the top. Just clean up as I'm going. I don't want to pull, that's why I'm just pushing, roller in. Once everything's out and a little bit drier, I can put a bit more pressure on. Because it's not moving anywhere, that's better. There. Now, the way this video is going to go now is I'm going to wait until tomorrow. Is that actually in the middle? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, actually it's not. It's too far over here. Yeah. No, that's fine. I've got to wait now until tomorrow till this is dry. I'm going to put some lacquer on top or the glow-in-the-dark paint, and this is either going to make this or just completely mess it up. But since I made the rest of the Constitutions, the Matt Jeffries ones earlier today, yeah, I'm going to lacquer those as well, but that's tomorrow for me. For you, it's just about now. Now here's the final batch of the fleet. I've got a couple of stickers left over, but I don't know whether or not I can fit them where I'm planning on going them. So I've got the Hood, the Ralph, the Exeter. These are always pretty good when they've been lacquered. I mean, I could do with a little bit on there, a little bit of shine on there, but it's fine. Everything's so in place, and adding the PVA glue to the water when you put these in to soak them, the decals, has worked an absolute dream, because none of these had any lifting at all. It's absolutely spot on perfect. A little problem with the Congo, because I think I took too much of the paint off. That's why it looks a little bit more greener on here, but it's come out all right. Kind of looks a little bit worn, weather worn underneath. 1710, cool as anything. So can you spot the error? The Defiant worked, but it didn't at the same time. Right, the lacquer, fine. The I don't recommend this stuff. Right, this is dinted because I've used it once. Well, this is actually the second tin. I used it once, and then for some reason, overnight, the gas escaped. So I asked word with Amazon. Amazon refunded. I bought another one, and it did it exactly the same again. There is fluid in here. There's paint in here, but it comes out blob, blob, blob. It's horrible. It's not a spray. So all the propellant has just leaked, and I've gone squeezed because there's literally nothing in there. No gas. But I've managed to get a bit of a Defiant going. So while I say to Alexa, garage off.
Did you mean models?
No. Alexa, garage off.
Okay.
So that's the garage lights off. Let's see if we can... There is problems with... There's a couple of bits over here which have gone completely because of the amount of lacquer that I put on here. Now, see if you can see it glow. There it goes. It's not perfect. I'll put that underneath it. It's not perfect at all. But I think the problem with it is the first coat went over it, and then I try wiping it off when it makes this horrible, yeah, it looks shocking. But it is glowing in the dark. The underneath, not so much, because I didn't charge it up with light, obviously. It does work, the glow in the dark paint. It just kind of also doesn't. There's patches. I've just put my finger in the way. That's why there's patches there. But to keep it on the stand, light up. Let's get rid of that bit. See, it does kind of really work, but it also doesn't. I mean, with a torch on, that's really glowing. Oh, that the camera's pretty good. Also, with the thickness of the lacquer from the glow-in-the-dark paint on this, it is kind of nicely wedged. That's better. Nicely wedged inside the stand, so it's not moving anywhere. I mean, did I do the ends? Yeah. That's not bad, and you can see the Defiant through it. It wasn't, in the episode, it wasn't all that... the new spotlight there. It wasn't perfectly green. It kind of got a weird shimmering effect, which I think with the bad paintwork on this is kind of, it is kind of a little bit emulating that. So it was definitely a problem, an error, but has worked out rather well. The one that you got from Eaglemoss was very flat. I mean, you can see on there, actually you can't see on there, the red pinstripe on the back of here and the bit over here, it just melted. So I could have done with taking it off, but that would now mean destroying the actual glow-in-the-dark effect. The light back on, there you go, I can see it there on the back. It's not going to be noticeable when it's in the case with the rest of them. Actually, to be honest, why is that red? I thought these were, oh, they are red, yeah. It's fine. As it is, I'm happy enough with the Defiant glow-in-the-dark. But with the rest of them, the Potemkin, the Constitution, like I said before, I was not doing this as the Constitution as we last saw it. This is out of space stock. Yeah, I am not. It's ridiculous, the amount of... Actually, that's Constitution, isn't it? That was the one that was the problems with it. That I actually put the NCC on the side, which now looks better. And this is the Constellation, yes. It does seem that there's a trend of all these is 1701, as in 1701, 1701. It's like they had a batch of 17s and 0s. Yes, the Defiant's different, Potemkin's different. We didn't see many. It would mention Exeter, mention Hood, didn't mention Ralph, but hello, I'm just doing a Terra Metallis. So I don't care. Now, I've got to put these in I've got another part for this to do with the Diamond Select toys, and we've also got to put these in the case or figure out where they're going to go anyway. So with that in mind, that's the Defiant. You can do it. I would recommend if you're going to do one of these and you get one of these cans, spray on lightly, wait 10-15 minutes, spray on again, wait 10-15 minutes, spray on again, because these, it's either a bad batch or it's just absolute cack, and it's the thickness of the paint that just clogs up the nozzle. Oh, actually, it doesn't clog the nozzle, it clogs up the valve below it and keeps that open a little bit so all the gas escapes. Don't know how to get around that, but I already got refunded the second one anyway. So they're a cheap brand. Well, actually, Rust-Oleum's probably pretty good. I've had no problems with them before, it's just these. So don't recommend that. If you can find a different spray to get on, Rust-Oleum, for me, didn't work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye for now.